Welcome to the program. Now, in Nigeria, a group within the All Progressives Congress, the Ondo Vanguard for Good Governance, has accused officials of the party of not following the guidelines of the APC ahead of the party's primary coming up on Saturday. Also, we'll be telling you about the opposition in Togo having denounced a proposed new constitution as a power grab intended to extend the reign of President Nasigbe. Now, welcome to the conversation. I am Dapo Adegboye. Let's talk. Now, let's tell you that a group within the All Progressives Congress, the Ondo Vanguard for Good Governance, has accused the officials of the party of not following the guidelines of the All Progressives Congress ahead of the party's primary coming up on Saturday. 16 aspirants have been cleared to participate in the Ondo APC governorship primary scheduled for Saturday, that's April 20th. Now, joining me on the program is Mr. Rotimi Ogunleye, a public affairs analyst who joins from Lagos. Thank you for your time.
It's my pleasure. Good evening.
All right. Good evening. Let me, of course, take your immediate reaction to some of this development. We know that the primaries for the APC, for the governorship position, of the state is just around the corner. But there seems to be a lot of tension, even within the party, in the state. Why do you think that is?
Well, thank you very much. Whenever election is coming up, be it primary election, be it general election, naturally it will come with some manageable measure of tension. This is a contest. And also that you have 16 aspirants asking for the same slot. So there will be tension. But what is important is that this tension does not escalate to crisis situation or to a violent situation whereby the security of the state will be put in jeopardy. The people will have to the panic. So we don't have that situation at hand. We only have a kind of tension within the camps of the aspirants. Fear that they win, they lose, what is procedure going to be, what is going to be next. So it is just normal in human endeavor. It's a normal and manageable situation here.
Now, some would tell you, because we've been following the story, and there are quite, like you said, quite a number of candidates for this position. This also includes the current governor, who used to be the deputy governor of the state, talking about Governor Aiyedatiwa. Now, there are some feelers that, which is just a rumor anyway, that maybe the president, allegedly might have endorsed the governor. Could you think that that, in a way, has some element of truth to it? And could that also have contributed to the tension?
Thank you very much. You see, one funny thing about this campaign of endorsement is this. There has been 2, 3, 4 different aspirants, governorship aspirants, that have been dropping the name of the president in recent time. It's not the incumbent alone that is doing it.
You said there have been a couple of aspirants dropping the name of the president.
Dropping the name of the president as claiming that he has endorsed them. So the name of the president is big enough to lie about. Okay.
Why do you think they have so much effrontery, some of these aspirants, to use the name of the president, if at all? Why do you think that is?
The president, one, is the leader of the party, is the father of them all. So the only thing they could do to carry advantage, especially for those who do not have structure, who are just coming on politically, whose ambition I would describe as a juvenile ambition, okay? The way they need to bring their name into the limelight is to claim that the president has endorsed them. The moment they claim that the president has endorsed them, then they become a news item that people will be talking about. That so person said, President Adegboye Ahmed Tinubu has endorsed him. So there's no way you could discuss him other than claiming that somebody has endorsed him.
I'm sorry, I'm still going to stay with you on the issue of endorsement. What constitutes endorsement? Is it just photo ops, or is there a written letter from the president saying this is my anointed candidate to whom I'm more pleased?
Pronouncement constitutes endorsement. Yet there has not been pronouncement from Mr. President that is endorsing anybody. They are just laying claim to it. That's what I'm telling you. And people who do it, they are the aspirants who have not visited any ward, who has not visited any local government, who has no structure anywhere. So the only way they can make their name come into the national discourse is to use the name of the president to advertise their ambition that the president has endorsed them. They are nowhere in the state. They have not visited anywhere. That's what I'm telling you. Look at it. Most aspirants have been going from one local government to the other. They know that the president, our president, is a Democrat per attitude, per excellence, and a committed one at that. He knows that whoever that desire the mandate of the people must go to the people, talk to them, present your program to them, let them see you in their light. Let them see you as part of their struggle. Let them see you as somebody who can bring solution to their problems. They are not looking at you from the point of view of your claim to endorsement. So it is these people who are far from connect with the people that are looking for a cheap way of advertising their ambition. So that's why they come up with this issue of endorsement all the time. Mr. President is a Democrat, like I said. He earned that title. He did not just profess himself. He earned the title of a Democrat. So he knows what it entails. He has the credential to his kitty. So he won't budge into all this name dropping. They want to use his name so that he will now say, since you have said it, Mr. President is not that kind of person. So
all right.
The reason why they do this is because they are far at the lowest rung of the ladder of popularity. So they want to come up, and the only way they can do it is to use the name of Mr. President to set their ambition.
Now, I mean, let's look at this from a broader perspective right now. I mean, what this, to a very large extent, reveals is that there is a major crack within the party, particularly when it comes to, unity. Don't you think that this would rub off negatively on the party, particularly should the opposition choose to take advantage of this using maybe the legal route to say that, look, the process which you made glaring that the APC, wasn't by the law, and for that reason, even if a candidate emerges and maybe is eventually the winner, they could choose to contest it in court and say it got in illegally.
I don't think it has really gotten to that level. I think what some are saying is this: the APC guideline stipulates that there must be a delegate congress, and before then, there must be validation of membership in the membership register of party members whose names are in the register of the party. I think as of 2021 or so. This validation exercise has a laid down procedure. So if the procedure is not followed, they are duty bound to raise their voice to say this has not been properly done, and that is what they have done. It doesn't mean that there is disunity. It doesn't mean that they are fighting. It shows that it is a party that accommodates democratic views, and that, of course, is what they have taken full advantage of. Again, they are supposed to be a delegate congress, wherein 5 delegates each will march from each of the 2 or 3 wards in Ondo State. So there are procedures to be followed. Members who want to be delegates in their respective wards will obtain form from the party and will present themselves for election. Wherever ward where they could not reach consensus as regards the name of the 5 persons they are going to pick forward, the party recommends that they go into full-blown election. So if any of these procedures is not adhered to or is not complied with, they are duty bound to make it public. And that is what they have done. And the reason I think why they are calling at the party, I read the same news item too, is to call the attention of the party leaders to this so that there could be redress. See, democracy is about inclusiveness. If you have any issue that you think is not going right, if you make noise about it, that does not mean that you are fighting within the party or you want to tear the party apart. No. So there's nothing like disunity. This group made their voice known. One of them did. And I think it's just to call the attention of the party to all of this. It's nothing serious.
Okay. Now, I know that you, of course, are very vast with the political, groundings, within the state. Let's talk about the person of the current governor now, Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, who is also running for the top job in the state. I mean, it appears like he has quite a number of, opposition, particularly against his ambition, to run for the top job. Why do you think that is?
Let's look at the Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa. Before the demise of his boss, former Governor Rotimi, the Governor of Ondo State, my state, Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa was not anybody's man. Maybe a few politicians, unknown names, were in his support. Of course, before he became the governor, it was in the public space that he's going to run. But at that time, he wasn't making it public. He was just doing his thing silently there, and nobody was really very keen about it. He was not among the first 3. Nobody was even reckoning with him. So it's a candidature. The death of Akiti that created political disequilibrium elevated his candidature because of the seat he occupied. So it is not because of his political status. It's not because of his political energy. It is just because of the traction that the seat of power, where his seat attracts. So most of the people that gravitate towards him in recent time, they did that on the basis of politics. So the other politicians and party functionaries and those who are members of the party who actually desire change, who want the party run the way a political party should be run, who wants inclusiveness, who wants a party that leadership will be the major thing that will determine the fate of how the party is run. Those who actually want that, they are not on his side. They are split among the first 2, 3, 4 other aspirants who are major contestants in this race. See, like I said, politics is something that so many people do. It is the interplay of party patronage, leadership, interaction, friendship, social relationship within the party that will determine the strength of the party at a particular point or the other. So once this is not guaranteed in any aspiration of any particular governorship aspirants, you find out that majority of the people who actually, really love the party, who actually work for the party at grassroots level, at polling unit level, they will not gravitate towards that side. So the reason why is...
But do you also think that it's also as a result of the power of incumbency? I mean, is the sitting governor the fear that maybe he might use the machinations of government to further advance his ambition?
The power of incumbency is enough to ward off so many aspirants. In most cases, in any state where you have a sitting governor, who could take a shot at the seat once more, so many people don't like to contest with sitting governor. So many people don't like to do that because it takes so much to unseat a sitting governor. But where you see so many people, coming up to challenge a sitting governor, it means so many of the party members and leaders are not in agreement with his political credentials. It means that his person politically is not appealing to the vast majority of the party members who work for the party at unit level. So this is the issue. These are the salient points that only a political actor can really analyze and put on the table. So he's facing this kind of steep opposition because politically they don't trust him to deliver that political cohesiveness and inclusiveness that the party desire at this time. The party needs a leader who can bring the party together, run the party the way it should be run, guarantee a kind of relationship and inclusiveness for members. These are the issues.
All right. Now, you talked about the opposition within the party that are also running for running on the primary ticket, hoping to clinch the flag of the party come election day. One of the major or top candidates, that has come up, quite a number of times is Olushola, who of course is a senior advocate of Nigeria and a major contender. Now, my question is, why do you think that a candidate like his, seems to be on the lips of many and also in the news? And another issue again has to do with, you talked about unity of the party, bringing in cohesion, particularly at the grassroots level and all of that. What do you think any candidate coming in right now needs to do within the party to ensure that the party stands as a strong force ahead of election day?
See, any office, either political, spiritual, or social, the effectiveness, the usefulness of that office depends on the personality occupying the office. You may have office and you may have the occupant. The two may be, in terms of personality and delivery, may be asymmetrical. What I mean is this: when you have a candidate or a personality that is asking for something persistently and the people keep listening to him, it's only that the time is not right. The only thing that could propel him is that the people understand what he's saying. The appointed time is not up. The Chief you mentioned there. Yes, he's been contesting election. The reason why he's contesting and people are still listening to him now is because over the time he has garnered enough experience and he has been able to prove to the people that that one man that you want the ability to manage government, human and material resources, and manage party and blend the two for optimum democracy dividends, you can find in him. In him, you see sagacity. In him, you see experience. In him, you see cognate information about all the 18 local government in Ondo State.
But let's also look at the needs of the average Ondo resident, for instance.
That's what I'm
saying.
We
know what the economy is saying. I mean, how does this trickle down to the desire, the needs, the wants, the aspiration of residents of Ondo State who are just trying to, live a good life and achieve, the Ondo dream, for instance?
Thank you very much. See, a problem well defined is solved. If you have somebody, we're talking of governance here, which in most cases is not business or buy and selling, where you have to count your sources from the point of profit you have made. A government counts its sources from the point of life he has been able to touch, and the lowest person in the rungs of the economic ladder who can benefit from his administration. So there are two different issues. What I'm saying is this: you need somebody who understands the peculiarities and the economic challenges of all the people of the state over the years, based on his experience he has gathered, to come up with a solution that will touch the people you are mentioning here. I'll give you one example. Ondo State appears to be a locked state. Locked state in the sense that his economy is largely civil service based. So anybody that want to come on board by now, that want to make a meaningful impact, will be thinking of how to redirect the economy of that state from civil service dominated to entrepreneurship driven economy. And if you want to do that, because of the paucity of funds and the economic challenges of the moment, it is better you start from two major economic sectors that can thrive in the state, which is agriculture and the aquatic resources of the state. So if we open up the aquatic resources of the state to all other global economy, then you are opening the floodgate of resources into the state, which may further be useful to impact on health and education, two critical key sectors that are important to human development. So if you are looking at agriculture too, you need to really give it a kind of policy face that, okay, look, before this time, late Obafemi Awolowo created a kind of farm base in all the 36 states of the Federation, in all the Southwest states. So this farm settlement, farm settlement, in Ondo State, I think we have cocoa, but cocoa were planted, plenty of them. So can we now have something that will give a kind of policy strength to maybe cassava farming or rice farming, so that you can bring down the cost of cassava and all these food products in the market? Because when you address the issue of food, the problem of food in any society, you are solving the problem of transportation by 50%. A man who is hungry can commit any crime at any time. So can we do a policy in this direction that will make food, staple food price, come down? A Congo of Gary, if you go to the market now, oscillate around 1,300, 1,500 to 1,800, depending on the quality. Why? It is going up because you cannot really get cassava flakes like you can get in the past. So many people are no longer farming. You have insecurity and lack of infrastructure through which you can get to all this farm. So if you now have a policy direction that can address this in Ondo North, where you have plenty of land are very good for cassava farming, you can achieve results here. If you go to Ondo South, where you have the aquatic resources, what has been the challenge? If you have the governor that knows all of this, it will be difficult for such a governor to be misled. So such a governor who have a determination that instituting a policy direction that will develop these two sectors in such a way that it will generate employment and create revenue for it.
Now, before I let you go, my final question would be, should the current governor eventually turn out to be the party's flag bearer? Just saying. What becomes of the APC in Ondo State in terms of its internal unity? How do you suggest the party moves from there?
Yes, APC is a party that belongs to so many people. Vast majority of members in Ondo State. My belief is that whatever that happens, the majority of party members would take decision to protect their party. And that is about the major thing that keeps all of us together. That keep everybody within the political family together. Before then, I want to believe that the majority of the party will let the person they want to represent themselves. That's why they have the opportunity to go and vote. So they will vote their conscience, they will vote the person they want as the standard bearer of the party. So they will protect their party by voting the person they want to represent them. So it is not, they won't allow that to happen to their party. They will choose the appropriate standard bearer that can represent the party. That is my answer.
Okay. Thank you once again for being on the program with me. That's Mr. Rotimi Ogunleye, Public Affairs Analyst. Once again, appreciate your time on the conversation.
It's my pleasure. Thank you very much for having me.
All right.